Hello, everybody, and welcome to OCRS Week 5. We got a triple header for you today. My name is Nicholas Kermit Malash. Beside me, we got Dan Banner, also known as Danners. How you doing?
Definitely doing okay here today, and what a day we have ahead of us, of course, as we do have, of course, 3 back-to-back matches here in OCRS action, as one of the matches that was supposed to happen last week got rescheduled to this week, so might as well line them all up. Let's see what we can get, including a possible doubleheader here of getting to see the St. Clair Saints green team, which I know the Gold Squad been getting a lot of love lately, so I'm happy to get to see this green squad get some stream time here once again, because by all means, just because we don't see them as often does not mean they're any less any less stronger, if that makes sense, if you know what I'm saying. But we're going to be starting off with green once again here today, starting with Queen's University, which I am not going to say the word because in theory it doesn't even make sense if we actually take a look at our standings here for this one. St. Clair, right at the tippy top, of course. Meanwhile, Queens, they've been struggling, to say the least here.
Yeah, they have not won a single game yet. So, they're 0-3 on the season and also 0-9. So they haven't won a single game. Hope maybe they can pull something off and, you know, being the underdogs of this game, maybe they can surprise something. But your Saints, 4-0, leading the leaderboards. Also 12-0. They've won every game. They have not lost a single game. So they are looking stronger than last year. And I mean, we got two really strong teams in this series. So I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, um, like, first off, like I was saying before, I don't get to see green as often, so, like, 4-0 to start things off here in the OCRS, just once again, just the amount of domination across both of the squads and both of their groups here for this league specifically has been absolutely nuts. We see it a little bit in AVGL as well, where like gold's at the top and then the green squad is just like short to follow. But here in OCRS, it's just been essentially Saints domination for those two groups. As we're about to get ready to hop in momentarily, the parties are lining up, getting ready to hop onto the pitch for the first time here tonight. With just a little bit longer here to go. Now, if you're on the Queen side of things here, Kermit, I know that we don't necessarily get to like see the opposition play personally, but just like seeing the scoreboard, like, do you have any sort of like mindset, any sort of like tip or anything going into this matchup, or something to focus on? Maybe obviously we don't see him play, but like a general tip of some sort.
Oh man, it's been a while since we've seen Kamal, Ramen, and Nitrix play together. So, on this stream at least. And
Mhm.
if I'm Queen's University, your rotation is probably the strongest thing you have. If you can rotate to offense to defense, good, or defense to offense, even better. I think that's where Saints struggle a little bit is their rotations. So they might have a opportunity to take a few goals from them, and they do have to take advantage of Saints' mistakes. We do see it a little bit of it. Saints making little mistakes, double commits
Mhm.
or even triple commits. So they need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, like consistently, like I'll agree for the most part. Like consistently, like St. Clair has been like very solid, I would say, in regards to rotations. However, you do sometimes see that major hiccup in the rotation that will oftentimes get punished, and we'll have to see if Queens can capitalize on it. I know personally what I do not want to see from Queens is play scared, because every team that we've seen so far, except, well, actually, even Ohio State, technically, I was giving them props in CCA for being super defensive, but even then, eventually they choked. It's just such a hard play style to play, but at the same time, it's like, oh, this team on paper is stronger than us. We should make sure that we're stopping everything. No, get aggressive, play your own game, try to like obviously get some goals, like send yourself out there. Don't play any differently because of who your opponent is. But I feel like we see that too often here across majority of collegiate leagues, where um, the underdogs kind of take a back seat and lets the higher seed just pummel constant pressure, constant shots in. And I don't care how good your goalie is, how good your defensive rotations are, eventually there's going to be one too many shots and it's going to put you behind and you aren't on the scoreboard to retaliate.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times, especially against OSU there on Wednesday night. And you can't play defensive, especially in a Rocket League, because with the offensive pressure coming from the team, or whatever team you're against, they have a better opportunity to take the corner boost, so they're always going to have 100% boost, and eventually you're going to run out, and it just doesn't end good when you only have 13 boost.
Yeah, constantly seeing the gold squad. You give comps boots or any of them on the gold squad like 100% boost, then they're gonna be absolutely doing some crazy things in the sky. And this green team here for St. Clair is no different, of course. We have Kamal, Ramen, and Nitrix ready to go here, and they are no stranger to some aerial funsies, to say the least, as well. And looking forward to seeing that one in action. You probably heard the bell in the background. We are just hopping into the lobby right here, right now. I see one of the members here for Queens, so it should just be a couple more moments before we actually hit the pitch and get things underway here for our first of possibly 3 matches here tonight in the OCRS. And just a matter of time, and I just want to see Queens come out swinging. I just can't stress it enough. If they sit back in the crease and just make saves, they're just basically sitting back and waiting to die. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, they definitely need to be offensive in this case, and I mean that's your only hope against the Saints. As strong as they are, if you can keep getting those shots on and be aggressive, then I think that's your opportunity. But if you sit back, then you're just a sit and duck, and Saints are gonna run you over, hit you with a train. So it's definitely you definitely have to be super aggressive when you're going on to the offense.
Yeah, both of these Saints teams rather, that is the main time where I would ever see like the Saints start to kind of quiver a little bit, is whenever all of a sudden the other team is constantly shooting more than what the Saints are doing. So okay, they're setting some R's in the chat here, so we're just about to get into the game. Of course, before we hop on into the match itself, big thank you to everybody already tuning in, supporting the squad here. Of course, like I was saying before, it's been a while since we got to see the Saints green team, so thank you everybody for coming in to start things off with this matchup. We'll switch on over into the match in just a moment here, of course. Queens are just figuring out their colors, it looks like, actually. So should be just a moment before we get in there.
Alrighty, so my roster is wrong for Queens University. As they are loaded up here, this should be a good series. What are your predictions for going into this series?
Well, I'm already predicting that they're baiting me in regards to the scoreboard. Had to switch that real quick because I was not expecting which sides they were going to be on. But nonetheless, we are finally underway. Of course, we have our St. Clair Saints in the orange, Queens University tricolor going to be in the blue. And starting off right away, we see Nitrix taking it downfield, trying to get past Bimmer, who's here on the side of Queens. And holy smokes, we're not wasting much time, are we? Kamal going to get himself off the board as Nitrix passes it off, takes Bimmer down as well. And this little bump here with Bimmer, what a pinch, and it just went directly into the corner. Very unlucky for Queens, but a beautiful start for St. Clair.
Yeah, it looked like he rotated his car when he was coming off the backboard, so I think if he would have kept his car straight, it would have went off the post as St. Clair's going to get another opportunity, and Ramen, just like that, is going to put Saints up 2 goals. I don't even know what happened, just a flunked goal. Everybody missed it.
I mean, we've seen ourselves a double commit, but unfortunately neither of them actually hit the ball, and that was such an awkward bounce, which granted, trying to get some of the reads, or get a read on the ball that's hit the roof is very, very difficult, but Ramen just played that perfectly right off the pass from Kamal, and we do see another shot on target here. Kamal looking for his second of the game. We have Branta going to be making that save right there for the time being. Nitrix continuing to put on the pressure, but Ramen is right there as well. Pass to Kamal, going to go wide, and once again, Queens looking like they're kind of stuck in their zone.
Yeah, they can't seem to find boost as they say that. They get it clear, but again, here's Kamal's going to get this, and the Saints...
Oh, dirty.
Ramen destroys Brant, and then I believe, that's what gave him the goal on a 3-on-0 there. That was their last guy back, and unfortunately for Queens, the rotation there is nobody was there after Brant.
Okay, so Getting scored on early within the first couple minutes hurts. Getting scored 3 times early hurts. That last goal being scored because you got double demoed and there was nobody home. That just makes you angry as we see another double whiff into the post with the save. Nitrix barely getting denied. I'm sure he wanted to share some of that scoreboard fun as well here with the St. Clair Saints for the moment, but gonna get denied by the post.
Yeah, I don't know if you purposely missed that or what, but unfortunate if you're from the Saints. But you know, there's still time to bring this back, but it just seems Saints are much faster and putting up a better offensive ground. And the demos coming from Saints right now are really clutch. As you know.
Yeah, these Saints are just hunting right now, which is interesting to see, and it's working as of this moment because it looks like just from the outside looks, we've seen our shot on target. Actually going to go a little bit wide. Rebound coming out here from Ramen, but Bammer going to make the save. Loose ball through the crease, going wide, but still in a very dangerous area. Kamal putting it forward right through the center, but not quite going to get the tip he was looking for. Nitrix, though, going to try and find a shot for himself. I think that's going to be Cuppy to try and keep it out, at least in the corner, to at least keep it out of the danger zone. But now, with the Saints getting aggressive, it looks like a close clearing shot opportunity there for Queens. But eventually gets turned aside. Oh.
They got a nice clear here, but one thing I'm seeing consistently is the Queens University, their ball touches are not making good enough contact. So even when they try to make contact with the ball to clear it, it's only going to midfield. It's not going deep. As they get a shot here, and
good save.
Wow, Cuppy of Wadi makes a save.
That reminds me, I totally forgot to fill up my water bottle before this one, but we'll have to see nonetheless. That's what we got breaks for. Nonetheless here, still 3-0 in this one. 2 minutes, or under 2 minutes left to go. Nobody home. Nitrix going to get himself on the board now to put the Saints up to 4, and he just basically took this himself right off the wall, passed it to himself, and nobody home to make the save directly into the center of the net.
Yeah, there's just no defense for, I think that's like the second goal. So unfortunately for this game, I think this game is going to be a write-off, but as Ramen's going to try and get an aerial here as Nitrix puts it away. Oh no, that was, it was
Nitrix with the pass, but Kamal got himself the goal, got himself the hat trick. Just getting it past. Actually, oddly enough, it would have been Nitrix who was the closest to stopping that shot from happening, but not going to be the case. In the 5-0 lead here for Saints up against Queens. It is looking like a rough one. I definitely agree with you when you said this one's probably a write-off here for Queens. Do what you can. Maybe try to see if you can snag yourself a quick goal to kind of boost that morale up a little bit and go into game 2 going in hot as again.
Yeah, even one goal here gives them a little bit of hope, knowing that, hey, we can do something against this team. But the defense from Saints has just been stellar. But I mean, we haven't really seen much of it, as that's going to be a shot out front, but it just goes wide of the net.
To be fair, that was actually a really good opportunity there for Queens and a nice try. Unfortunately, not going to actually hit the net itself. Went a little bit wide, but they do have a little bit of pressure for themselves now. Then we're going to look for an opportunity to maybe do a center. Is somebody nearby? Not quite going to be the case this time by. Ramen just defensively just holding strong here for St. Clair. Kapiawadi just going to clear this right back into the St. Clair zone, but the Saints aren't feeling really too much pressure at this point. They just want it up high, but Kapiawadi, they needed one to at least get something going here, and they're going to, he's going to find the goal from the corner, off the rooftop, basically right to himself. Kamal was going for the save as well, but actually may kind of help that one in a little bit. But still, Saints have quite the lead, so hang on for these next 30 seconds.
Yeah, so that goal puts a little bit of hope going into game 2. You can't take it like, oh, we lost 5-1. And I mean, it's only game 1, so you do have more games. It is a best of 5, so you do need 3 wins to win the series. But even that one goal could change something in game number 2.
Absolutely. We see it go through the crease one more time here. One more play here, more than likely for the Saints. We see Nitrix trying to do a little bit of a flip of some sort to try and knock it in, but it's going to go crawling across center. And sure enough, St. Clair are going to take this one 4-goal lead, 5-1 to start things off here. Starting things off strong. St. Clair showing that they're at the top of this leaderboard for a reason. Meanwhile, unfortunately, there for Queen's University, kind of showing a bit of their greenness here in this matchup. And one big thing that I was noticing, like, how often was Queens off the ground? Like,
They have no aerial offense. The only time they really were up in the air is to try to make a save or try to send it out, and unfortunately, most of the time it did not work out for them. But again, you've seen Kamal be with the aggressive. He had, I believe that I saw 9 shots.
9 shots, 3 goals and an assist. Yeah,
that's pretty. That's pretty insane for one player to have almost 10 shots in double digits. So
yeah, you rarely see that. That's for sure.
But we did see Queens with a little bit of offensive pressure, and I think if they can get more of that, I think we can see it going a little bit longer distance.
And we'll have to see if they can try to get themselves back on the board here. Game number 2 now underway. I'm going to pick this one up. A nice pass. Actually, nobody home there. Nitrix nearly got the shot off. Ramen with the rebound is going to be pushed aside. And Kamal, of course, looking to start right back where he left off. Going to start himself on the scoreboard. Put the Saints in the lead once again. Ramen off the wall, perfectly into the center. And unfortunately there for Bimmer, he had the right idea in regards to that defense, but he could not get there in time. Saints up 1-0.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a... helped Kamal there a little bit and pinched it into his own net, unfortunately. But again, that's only 15 seconds into the game, so you definitely want to... You don't want to play shy. You need to be aggressive, and you need to go for stuff that you wouldn't normally go for, especially for Queens, as they get a shot on goal, but Kamal is there to kick it away.
And this is the weird thing as well. Like we had mentioned how, in regards to Queens, like their aerial game is basically strictly for defense for the most part. As we see Nitrix going for a play, but a nice save actually there coming up from Branta to get himself right in the perfect position to flip on forward and make that save. But Queens, anytime they're in the air, it's basically for defensive purposes, which means anytime they try to make an offensive play for themselves, if the ball isn't on the ground, they basically can't do anything. They're forced to just watch it, as we see Ramen going to be picking up his first one of game number 2 after a beautiful pass from Nitrix right from the side. Again, just off the wall, gives it a little bump right into the top of the crease, and that is where the Saints like to strike. Ramen going to put Saints up 2-0.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, with Queens not getting good contact with the ball, that is the that's what happens. You give up a goal when you don't get good contact. And I believe that was Branta that tried to clear it, but again, just barely touched it. As Saints again clear that, that's going to be just a little bit off the net. As I believe that was Ramen.
There it is,
getting its second goal.
Basically, just got this all by himself. Ball was up high, and of course, nobody on Queens was really able to challenge it. Branta with a last-ditch effort to actually make the challenge, but unfortunately probably wasn't the first person to have, in theory, went for that challenge. But maybe Branta seems to be the only one even willing to take to the skies at all. And you have to be in a perfect position. Unfortunately there for Queens, just was not the case this time by, but they still have an offensive opportunity here to try to bring this one back. Sure, Saints are up 3-0, but there is still over 3 minutes left in this game. If something happens in regards to Queen's University, they could put themselves in a position to get themselves back into this game, but with the way things are going right now, it's looking unlikely.
Yeah, but they're going to have an opportunity here, and unfortunately, nobody's there.
Rebound?
As I say that, Brimmer hits it off the crossbar, and I don't know who that was from the Saints, just kept it out of the net, and they're going to fake him out, and Ramen scores this amazing goal.
What a way to get the hat trick here. Nitrix was there for a little bit of assistance as well. He slows it down. Wadi had the right idea. He thought that shot was coming. And to be fair, versus the majority of the people that they probably play up against here in the OCRS, that was probably the right call. They'll probably just go for the shot and you just charge it and you're fine. But we know the Saints love their slowdowns. They love their the ball control and the juking around people, and they just absolutely punished that play. So Saints up by 4 here in game number 2. Still, of course, a lot of time on the clock, but even still, like, Queens need something, and they need something quickly. Not necessarily for mathematical probability, but just for their own sanity.
If they go down 2-0 in this series, I really think that Saints are going to sweep them. But again, I don't want to say that too fast, because if they do get a goal within the next, say, 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I think there is a chance for a comeback. But again, Saints offensive pressure, and they've just been unbelievable with, I think they're probably going to have closer to 15 shots this game. So
definitely feels like it as of right now. We do see Saints just constantly keeping things stuck in the Queen zone. They can't even touch the ball half the time. Bimmer going to try and get a clearing attempt, but actually it ends up kind of getting passed over to Kamal. Shot was going to go wide there. Rahman with a good try, which of course Rahman getting himself the hat trick here in this game as well. Kind of got understated after that wonderful juke, but that's 2 hat tricks there for 2 different Saints. Now we just need Nitrix to get involved, and he'll get himself hat trick as well. I'm trying to think if there's a terminology where all 3 players in Rocket League get themselves a hat trick, but we're going to see almost a nice attempt there from Rahman with the attempted flip reset.
I would call that the triple crown.
Triple crown, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. If maybe we'll maybe think of something better. As he almost gets a shot, that was Rahman. And Cuppy of Wadi is going to attempt something here, but the save coming from Rahman.
There are still some signs of life, but it's hard to keep going when you just get demoed off the field like that. Kamal going to take care of this one. Who got the demo here? Well, that was just Kamal basically getting the ball and demoing at the same time. And unfortunately, the other defense from Queens just could not find the contacts they were looking for. And right now, it is just, I say it time and time again here, but it is absolutely looking rough here for the side of Queens. A minute left to go. We're in another position where we just try to score 1 and go into game 3 and try to get a clean slate.
Yeah, they definitely need something to work out for them, as that was a gorgeous pass, and Kamal has the second hat trick of the series.
Holy smokes, Kamal. That's going to be Rahman right from the boards as well. Just crisp passing right to the center. Like, just, it didn't even look like Kamal even really needed to move to make that shot happen. Just drive straight, hold W, and you're A-OK. Pull the trigger, pedal to the metal, and score it. And just beautifully done there. That being said, Cuppy trying to take to the skies, trying to prove me wrong here that they can get some offensive aerial plays in for themselves, but unfortunately, just kind of not getting the full contact on that shot.
Yeah, that goal, if anybody here in chat watches hockey, that's like Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. That's how that was passed.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Passed, and, you know, it ends up with goals like that. Kamal almost had a chance there, but 20 seconds left in the game, and this isn't good, so they just need a goal here, and I think this is their opportunity. Cuppy of Water scores his second goal of the series, and maybe this is what they need. Reverse sweep is going to be needed, so that's extremely difficult, but it's possible. They need to make better contact with the ball in order for that to happen.
And you know what? Like, good stuff there from Kapiawadi. Like, that was a really good play. Had the ball up on his rooftop, saw Rahman was right there in front of him, gave it the little flip, and just popped it over. A nice little pop shot and got into the back of the net. Unfortunately, it's going to fall upon essentially deaf ears at this point, because it's just going to be taken away as one more nearly find its way into the net there last second, but would not have mattered. Saints going to take game number 2 in a 6-1 fashion, continuing their domination so far here in this series and in this league in general at this rate. And we'll have to see if Queen's University here for game number 3 can step it up a little bit, or just have something go in their favor here, because they have themselves a couple opportunities, but unfortunately, even if all the opportunities connected, it probably still would have been like 6-4. And just, they got to find their footing, and let's see if they can do that here for game number 3.
Yeah, like I said last game, I said 15 shots. I was off by 1. It was 16 shots. So the offensive pressure from the Saints green team is a lot of shot taking, and I mean that's what's leading to goal opportunities. They can't play defense, and you can't play only defense against the Saints, because they will load the shots up like that, and they were almost scoring 50%. So that's, you definitely need to clear the ball is a big thing, but again, you need more offensive pressure.
And then, like, even if you're not necessarily playing purely defense, even if you are trying to go purely offense, we're seeing, other than Cuppy, who's been the only one really taken to the skies like this, which, fair enough, shot on target, but it's going to force Ramen to make the save. He's really the only one who's doing aerials and actually consistently hitting them. And a lot of them have to do with using the wall itself before going for it. So you can tell that this aerial gameplay in general, this Queen's University team is not comfortable. And even if they were guns blazing for offense, they can't hit the ball half the time because Saints are in the skies with it.
Yeah, this is going to be probably their best opportunity to open up the scoring, but Saints are there just to clear it like that. And, I mean, the ball hits the ground once, and then St. Clair are all up in the air and making these aerials count. They know that Queens is not a good aerial team. As I say that, Kamal's going to carry that in to open up the scoring.
They're going to pick it up himself right off the wall, and then this is just the difference that aerial play can make here. Just constantly forcing it up high, so you can't stand still to try to make the save. You have to try and take to the skies to get it. Cuppy had the right idea, but I think he may have even gotten bumped by his own teammate when they went for the double commit. So Saints are going to take the lead here once again for game number 3, and another shot on target here for Ramen. But thankfully here for Queens, it's off the post, but the rebound from Nitrix is just going to add that little extra insurance here for Saints to possibly find themselves in a sweeping position once again. He just basically straightforward drills it in. Bimmer, close, but no cigar.
Yeah, it's that hurts if you're Queens. Bimmer was almost got the save that could have turned this game around, and unfortunately it did not, as they're going to have an opportunity, but Kamal's there to make a save and send it off.
And Saints are just, they're looking, I want to say like they're looking fancy, but at the same time, this is just them normally playing. It's not like showboating or anything like that at all. They're just so used to like flipping around like this. When things go wrong, it looks kind of silly, but it doesn't really go wrong that often here. We're going to see Nitrix with the shot, but it does get pushed aside before it really becomes a threat. There is still 3 minutes left in this game here for Queens to try and make the play. And to be honest, Branta got past Ramen, but sure enough, where one person may get beat, there's always another. And then come on with the extra demo on top just for the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and I was saying the rotations were, St. Clair's rotations were not the best. As I say that, Nitrix scores his second of the game. So all he needs is one more goal this game, and he has a hat trick, and then all players of the team would have a hat trick in this series. So it's very well possible with 2.5 minutes left, but
the Rocket League triple crown of hat tricks of sorts is right on the cusp. And what on earth was that face-off? Ramen basically, I think he was paired up with Kamal and just drilled it directly into the net almost. Thankfully, the post came in clutch, and we're going to have a slow ball. Branta, though, right on the line. Beautiful save, actually. I thought that was going to crawl its way in. Not going to be the case, however. Ramen pop fly pass, looking for Nitrix. Not going to happen. Going to just pick it back up and pass it back. And I like that from the Saints. Don't be afraid to pass it back. If they're not directly on you pressuring, use your defensemen so they can set it up properly. So many people I see playing sports in general now that I think about it, but especially here in Rocket League as well, think that you always have to push it forward. That's not always the case, and the Saints find themselves an opportunity. Kamal going to get himself his second goal of this game. After a bit of a backboard again, just an awkward clearing attempt coming out here from Queens, and Saints have been known to punish that.
Yeah, I don't think Branta wanted, I think he thought he had a better angle than what he did, trying to use that angled backboard, so try to get something going as Kamal's going to center this, and Nitrix almost gets another shot. But this is the difference between a team that is comfortable with each other with the aerials and they trust. As I say that, nobody's back, and again, as I say that, Kamal's there to make his save.
I mean, huge clutch save there from Kamal, but a nice setup too from Queens. Let's see if they can probably try another attempt. Branta was looking like he was going to go for it, but again, Ramen is already up in the air to make that stop before it was even a threat. Kamal looks for the drop down, kind of an awkward shot, however, puts it into the corner. Ramen going to just try and collect it for himself, challenging Branta. Branta, however, along the wall, is taking it into the St. Clair zone. Bit of a pop fly, crawling towards the crease, but there was nobody there to actually strike. So now just kind of fighting for it into the corner. One more time. Cuppy, he's looking for it, but again, just barely missing the mark for that drop down pass into the crease. Nitrix looking for the hat trick, going to be denied. And now Another minute left to go here for Queens and make a miracle.
Yeah, the passing from St. Clair as that Kamal hits it
He got it!
boards, and there it is. Nitrix gets the hat trick, and I mean, unfortunately for Queens, that's gonna end probably the series, as there's only 43 seconds left. Something unbelievable needs to happen, but
it's just such an incredible change of mindset too, because Kamal had that. It was a softer pinch than what we normally see, but like directly towards the board or towards the backboard. And Queen's probably like, okay, hit the post, nothing to worry about. Okay, it wasn't the shot that was the threat, it was actually a pass. Nitrix there to punish it, and we see why Coach Mike and the rest of the Saints just absolutely love these backboard setups, or like post setups, basically being the fourth person to give you the pass. We're going to see goal number 6 here. Ramen, he had a goose egg right now for this game. He wanted to make sure to put a 1 onto that one. Kamal going to get himself another assist on this one as well. Passing it from the corner, and just pretty standard stuff so far here for Saints, up 6-0. 20 seconds left. This one's basically done.
Yeah, unfortunately for Queens, so far they've only scored 2 goals in 2 games. Maybe they can score another goal just to
Come on,
give them a little bit something. But again, nobody's really comfortable. As I say that, they're going to get a shot here. And Cuppy of Wadi is going to get his 3rd goal of the series. And I mean, I feel like scoring a few goals on one of the best teams in the division is a little bit. It's like, okay, knowing these guys are like, well, they probably watched past VODs and just reviewing gameplay, as that's an awkward bounce, and St. Clair's going to take this 3-0.
Yeah, very convincing fashion there, but there is one thing that I will say, of course, about this Queen's University squad, is that at least Cuppy is extremely consistent. Like, he had the 1 goal in every single game here in the series, and was the only one to go for aerials and actually make contact with them. So, like, put his team, or he carried the scoreboard for his team, but unfortunately, like, at the end of the day, though, that was like, what was it, 5-1, 6-1, 6-1 kind of situation. Maybe a goal or 2 off here. They all look the same to me, unfortunately, at this point, but it looked like basically deja vu of 3 games in a row. But at the same time, not meant, like, I might be criticizing, but I'm not trying to bash this Queen's squad by all means. A lot of these organizations, or a lot of these teams, are still on the startup here, especially in Ontario in general. There are a lot of, like, or a handful of experienced ones like us here at St. Clair and like Durham, for example, but there's still a lot of these upstarts, and by all means, keep pushing. We may be a little bit hard on you on the cast sometimes, but we're happy that you're here. Keep going. Don't give up.
Absolutely. It's awesome to see more schools get into, and hopefully in September we'll see even more. And again, there's a few things Queens needs to work on, like the commitment to aerials, and just try to get comfortable in the air, as only Cuppy of Wadi was comfortable in the air. So they need the other 2, at least one more player, to be comfortable up there. And then again, they've had some good opportunities when they got offensive. They did have a few opportunities, but going back to that aerial stuff, if they were more comfortable, they would have had a lot more opportunities.
Yeah. Can't stress that enough. You can practice your passing game on the ground as much as you want, but unfortunately, half the game, like 3/4 of the game, that ball isn't just rolling on the ground. And it's very similar, like, maybe an odd reference, but for whenever you're playing like a fighting game title, for example, and you are practicing that specific extremely long combo to death, and you've actually gotten it down, how often do you actually get to throw that in game? It's usually extremely rare. And I feel like it's kind of a similar situation here for this Queen's University squad, where they may have that grounded passing game actually, like, quite strong. But how often does it actually happen in game? Unfortunately, it's not quite the case. So hopefully, for still a couple more weeks here in this OCRS season, would love to see this Queen's University squad get a good swing of momentum back in the right direction. We'll have to see later on throughout the season, but for now, of course, big props to our St. Clair Saints. The Green Squad this time by with a solid 3-0 victory, looking fantastic. And we're going to be seeing a lot more of them in the upcoming weeks as well. I want to throw it to our schedule very, very quickly here, as we are going to see. We'll see them on Sunday, actually. Yeah, this is them Sunday versus Purdue C for AVGL. Of course, kind of funny because we've played Purdue, I think, 3 times, or it'll be 3 times in 2 weeks. Our Gold Squad just took out A yesterday, actually. So Purdue C here going to be looking to try and get a bit of a revenge kill, but this time on our green squad. Wednesday, it says 9 o'clock, but I believe it's supposed to be 8 o'clock on CCA's channel. We're going to be on College Carball up against the Sioux College Cougars. 2 teams kind of stuck in the middle, looking to try and find their breakout. That'll be an exciting one as well. Thursday, you'll probably see this one here. Our Saints Gold Squad is going up against the University of Virginia. Friday, we'll be right back. Actually, not here. This one is going to be on the OCRS's Twitch channel versus Brock Esports, which is the current team tied with our Gold Squad in OCRS, if I do recall correctly. Let me fact check myself real quick by definitely not peeking at the other screen. It is a Gold Squad. Yes, okay. And then later on Saturday, this is a new one here. It's July 24th, the Open League for CCA. So this isn't the Division 1, Division 2 stuff. This is where our green squad is. And again, Ohio State University, this is their B squad going up against our St. Clair Saints green team, and we had an extremely exciting matchup just with the Ohio State A squad. They want revenge too, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of both Rocket League teams as we go through, with of course the other esports titles right around the corner to starting as well. So fun times right around the corner.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys what. If you guys want to see an amazing game, go to Wednesday's stream and watch Saints versus OSU. That was something else. That was amazing.
Mhm.
But again, we got way more Rocket League tonight, so hopefully
we're not done just yet. Next matchup is going to be scheduled for about a half hour from now, so 8 o'clock, unless they do decide to jump the gun early here, but I see nothing in the chat log suggesting so. So we're going to throw this to a very, very brief break. We'll set everything back up, as this time our St. Clair Saints Gold roster, currently sitting in first, is going up against Carleton University Pink, who is currently third in that group. I'm not going to say a word about it. I'm not going to say the curse words, but we'll hopefully have ourselves an awesome match in the upcoming moments here. So stick around. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And, of course, thank you, Nick, for joining me on the cast once again here, as this is only part 1 of 3 here. You ready for the grind?
Absolutely. Always am.
Awesome, because we're definitely going in for it for tonight. But we'll see you all in a couple moments for the next matchup here in this OCRS triple header.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 versus Carleton University Pink. Uh, this should be... I don't know. Nope. Your Saints are 4-0, and they have not lost a game. They are, I believe, 12-0 in games, so this should be a good one. And Carleton Pink is 3-0, and they are 9-1. They've only lost one game, so... Again, it should be a great matchup for this game, and I'm excited for this.
Absolutely, of course. This one, with both of these teams currently flawless in the league, somebody has to drop here tonight. And shout out to the midstream hat switch. Don't think that didn't go unnoticed there, mister. But you see right now, both teams are going to be hopping into the lobby very, very shortly. Before they end up doing so, going to quickly throw this over to what the standings do currently look like here. So Carleton, of course, sitting there in third, 3-0, but of course that's just because they haven't played enough matches yet, and we don't have a whole heck of a lot of time else to go for. Just note, of course, first seed St. Clair versus third seed Carleton University. Let's get into the action as we're about to hit the pitch.
Yeah, it kicks off right away as Chip's almost going to get a kickoff goal there, but Comp was there to say no to that.
And of course, now we're with our gold roster as well. So we got Spoods, we have we have Comp, we have Jay ready to take the skies once again and start making the plays. We see Comp drop down, shot attempts coming out here from Spoods and Jay at the same time, but it's going to be stopped aside. Meanwhile, we have on the side of Carleton, going to cheat for a second, we have Chip, Stopash, and Bilo, as we now see the ball right back into the Carleton University area. Stopash tried to get it out, but got demoed for his troubles. And Saints just constant pressure, nothing on target until now, and it's going to go in. Spood's going to start things off right here for St. Clair, putting it into the back of net himself.
Yeah, this is just a great pinch with the ground. Actually, I don't even think he pinched it there. He just got enough of the ball to make it to go towards the net. So Saints going to take an early 1-0 lead here, 45 seconds in. And, I mean, they're playing good and getting the opportunities. Both teams have opportunities as Carleton's going to get a shot here. But, again, it's just there for the making, and Saints are going to clear it.
I mean, compared to the game that we were just watching, we're already seeing a little bit more capitalization coming out of Carleton University. This team, of course, 3-0 for a reason. They do have some offense in the tank, just unfortunately have not quite got an opportunity to really show it off as of yet, as we see a cross-crease pass here for the Saints onto the Carleton zone, but going to be pushed aside for a second, at least by Stopash, but he has to deal with the two members by himself. Chip gets punted, and it lets Jay have all the time in the world to just drill it into the left-hand side. Beautiful pass here from Comp, plus that follow-up, not a demo, but just enough of a bump to make it so that Jay could just tap it on in. Just going to put Saints even further ahead at this point.
Yeah, that knockback by Comp was just, I mean, follow through with your shot, and I guess that's what he was doing. To kill two birds with one stone, and, I mean, 2-goal lead with a minute and a half in, and Jay almost gets another shot, and Stopash makes a save.
That was a solid shot. That was a hard one, but unfortunately there for Saints not going to quite get it. But Carleton definitely looking strong defensively for the last couple of moments. As I say that, I eat my words. Spood's going to take goal number 3 as Comp is just going to battle it out here with Chip and make it so that the roof is basically that fourth player on your team, passing it right to Spoods. Nobody home in the crease. Too many members up in the sky this time by, and Saints have 3 on the board already.
Yeah, they are working this offense for the Saints are working their offense and making sure everything counts. As that's going to be on goal, and it's going to hit off the post, but Chip gets the rebound and pulls them to within 2.
Honestly, for Carleton, good. They needed that nice and quickly there. And Chip, nicely done individual effort to put that one into the back of the net. A little bit of help from the goalpost on the left-hand side there, but nonetheless, keeping Carleton on the board, keeping it within 2. Still a completely doable matchup as long as Carleton is ready to rock. However, that awkward bounce is just going to shut it down right away. 4-1 now for St. Clair as Comp once again. I basically think he's got an assist on every goal here tonight so far, and just uses the side, not necessarily the post, but the wall of the backboard of sorts, Looks like a whipped shot. No, that's actually a pass. Sets it in nice and easy.
Yeah, Comp is one of those players that have been more of a playmaker than a scorer, but he still scores. So, like, if you're looking to set up a play as Jay gets, I thought that was going to be a shot on goal, but Stop Ash is going to save that.
Drop down there for Comp for a second. Was there, but Biello had an opportunity to just go himself, but Jay, holy smokes, getting there in the last possible second to keep this 3-goal lead here for the Saints. Stopped by a shot, does get blocked. Now Saints back on the attack.
Yeah, Comp is going to try and center this out, and that's going to be Carlton trying to clear it, but again, not good contact with that 50-50, but again, it's just a back and forth right now as Jay takes to the sky. He's going to go off the backboard looking for the double touch, but goes too far back.
I may not get the double touch, but it does end up turning into a pass. However, Biello there with the demo onto Comp, going to make sure that striker position is kind of shut down. Nobody sitting at the midfield mark just ready to blast it in, hoping that they overcommit in the crease. But now, again, Stop Ash, another demo, this time going to be taking Spoods out. So a 2-on-3. In theory, Carlton in position to stop this, but we see Jay, he's in his comfort zone right now. Taken to the skies, ball on the bumper, ready to just flip at a moment's notice and send here, like, Axel's packing, to say the least here. But does get stopped this time by Saints, kind of in their zone for just a moment. Spoods clearing attempt, not going to happen. Chip off the backboard, but it is going to be pushed aside by Spoods.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a teammate there as the passing from Comp to Jay was almost on target. And Comp being back in the net, which I don't normally know if he sits back and plays defense a lot, but Spoods is going to try and make this an opportunity to take to there.
And it's one of those things where, like you were saying before, he's not usually the scorer, but the playmakers will see a shot. But again, if he's not usually a defenseman, he sure came up clutch in that one. It's flying in, make that save right at the right opportunity. Gets an opportunity to put it towards the center as well. Jay going to try and get a rebound off of the carved chip. Not going to happen. Still kind of stuck here in the Carlton zone and in the corner. Looks like Biello going to try and push us up. Stop Ash is there. He's actually going to let it go, and that's going to be the goal. Biello going to get himself on the board, give Carlton their second goal here of this game, just basically from his crease almost. And honestly, I think Jay was thinking that was going to be a redirect, and a nice little fakie there coming up from Carlton.
Yeah, we've seen the Saints do that last game, or last series, and now we get to see it against the Saints, which is all right. That redirect would have, I don't think that would have helped anything, so good on that. I forget who that was, Stop Ash, for not touching that ball and just letting it go in.
Yeah, sometimes you're already waiting for the advanced play, that a standard one can still be effective at the higher levels of Rocket League. As we now see, Spoods and Comp both up there as well. Jay going to go to the skies as well. 3 players here for the Saints up on the offense, but it does not really matter at this point. 3 seconds left to go. Even if Carlton scores, they still have this game in the bag, and they would have actually, but the time has run out. So St. Clair, in 4-2 fashion, going to take game number 1, which, to be fair, Carlton, bit of a slow start, but they really started to come around there at those last couple minutes or so.
Yeah, both teams had 8 shots, and St. Clair just had a little bit more opportunity there. Again, the Carlton's playing really good. I mean, as they should, and the record speaks. So, all around, they played great, and their defense is really good. Same with St. Clair. St. Clair had some clutch save that could have changed the game. And Comp, again, probably saved that win. Made sure they got that win with 2 key saves.
Yeah, absolutely there. It was very, very close to becoming a 1-goal game, but now we're going to have to fight right back from a clean slate here. St. Clair, of course, up 1 here in this series. Best of 5 action. Still plenty of Rocket League to go. Let's see if Carlton can fight back.
Yeah, I definitely think they can come back in the series and tie it up. Just some of the opportunities that Saints had were a little bit better, and double commits from Carlton have been, I think I've seen one of them which converted into a goal. So again, Saints almost had a chance there, and they have another chance here, but Comp can't get on the right side of the ball.
Loosen the crease. Oh, Jay would have had that lined up, but a good little bit of interference here from Chip. The one-on-one now, going to try and play the flick up, but Comp reads that completely. Makes the save on a breakaway opportunity. So very, very close attempt there from Carlton. At least best goal scoring chance of this second game here, at least as of right now. Chip going to try and pick up where he left off once again as well. Back into the corner, but nobody else is really there to come follow up for a second. So we're kind of just hovering around the midfield.
Yeah, and Chip's going to try and redirect that down, but again, Comp trying to not letting that get in front of the net as he takes the air. Going to try and pinch that, but he was beat to the ball when you're flying, when you're dropping down and don't have that many boost, and that pass was gorgeous, but saved by Balo.
They nearly turned it around to a scoring opportunity as well. Comp again forced to make a ridiculous save to keep this at a 0-0 game. And Carlton, they're kind of warmed up here. Shot on target. Balo going to take care of that one. Stopash getting credited here with the assist after he just punts it right off of Spoot's bumper. And it does allow Balo to just basically tee it off. No Saints are back in time to make the save. And Carlton have their first lead in the series.
Yeah, we'll see how they handle this. I know last time we've seen Saints down by 1, they normally tie it up within a couple of seconds, but maybe we find a team that will hold off a lead and maybe score a few more and, tie up the series at 1 apiece.
And we're hearing here from Carlton that this is the kind of play style that I want to see. You have the lead, so don't get defensive, get aggressive, keep going. And we see them almost maybe overcommitting on that a little bit there, but Chip coming in clutch to make a save once again. 2 solid scoring opportunities, one for both sides as of this moment here. But right now, of course, Carlton looking good right now, about halfway here into this game. All kind of stuck in the Carlton zone with Saints trying to tie this up. They're getting held off, however, so good fight so far from Carlton.
Nice pass to an open net, and Stompash is there to make a save to keep it a 1-goal game, and that's probably their clutchest save of the night so far. And St. Clair is trying to get it out of their zone, which they are. Nobody's back. Jay's going to try and send that out front, but nobody's there to make a save. Jay's going to hit it off the post, and that's going to be cleared by Stompash, I believe it was.
If that was extremely scary there. Chip was the only one back for the longest time, but Stopash gets back there just in time to make the save as it was loose, crawling through the crease. 2 minutes still to go here in this game. Chip going to try and carry it. He's going right through his crease, but okay, does flick it up high to make sure that no funny business happens in that no-go zone, of course. We now see Jay and Spoos here in the corner of it in the Saints zone, trying to get the opportunity to get themselves a good breakout. Stopash going to shut that down. And again, this and all this time this ball just being ping-ponged in the midfield is just more and more time that Carlton's killing.
Yeah, Jay's going to have an opportunity off the backboard here, but Carlton, just like that, clears it. And going to try and make some, which he does get a center, but that's going to go to midfield, and Comp's going to try and take advantage of this. As Jay up in there gets a shot, and Chip with a save.
The speed of that pinch, I think, caught Carlton off guard. They didn't expect to go flying towards their net so quickly, and holy smokes, that was perfect there for the Saints, but Stopash with an even better save to stop that one-timer attempt. They are still under pressure, however. Comp looking for the shot. Spoots is in the striking position if necessary. Jay trying to get past Balo. Not going to happen. Gets sent right back into the St. Clair zone. Minute left to go. Saints are in trouble, and Stopash is going to put a little extra insurance on this Carlton lead after a nice pass from Chip along the side. Bounced it off the Saints defenseman, and Stopash just tees it up and lets it go. 2-0 lead for Carlton with less than a minute left.
Yeah, I think Spoods right there was trying to wait a second longer, and unfortunately, by the time he realized that Carlton was going for it, it was already a little bit too late in the shot on goal. But Saints are going to try and start something as there's still time left to at least score one. And again, it's just a ping-pong match right now. Midfield play around, and Comp going to try and fake him out and maybe send it out front. But kicked into the...
He had the first one beat. However, the second defender on the side of Carlton came in clutch. Saints need a Hail Mary to get this a goal within 5 seconds or so. But Jay off to Spoos. They're looking to try and double touch this one in. It is dropped into the crease. 10 seconds left to go. Can he push it to Jay? No. Balo going to take it to the corner, and that is basically going to be curtains here for the St. Clair Saints Gold Squad here in this second game. Carleton, sure enough, they came back swinging and are successfully going to take this in 2-0 fashion.
Yeah, and normally when you lose the first game or win the first game, that we call that a warm-up game because it is a best of 5. So you have to win 3 instead of 2. So you got a little bit longer time to, warm up, figure the teams out. So that's what game 1 is normally for, to figure out your playing styles. And I think they came out in game number 2 and played amazing and just beat St. Clair to almost every ball and took advantage of that.
Absolutely. Like, Saints still had themselves a good handful of opportunities. However, there were some extremely clutch defensive saves on the side of Carleton in that game. I believe Chip was getting a ton of them. Same thing with, I'm going to pull in blank there. Stop Ash, there he is. He drove through the middle of the field just to remind me. But yeah, was doing absolutely fantastic to say the least. So Saints, more than likely, going to try and come out swinging with one within the first couple of minutes. That's when you know they're comfortable. We'll have to see. Saints are kind of stuck in the real end to start things off.
Yeah, Saints are trying not to let this drop down in front of the net as Comp wins that 50-50 there. But again, it's just stopped as I say that, Jay's going to try and take it through the air. And again, just not really getting the touches, and Carleton is beating them to every ball so far in this third game. So
I think sorry, go ahead.
I think that's where Carleton is taking the advantage in probably the rest of the game is winning those 50-50s.
And we have ourselves an opportunity, but at the same time, Bielo going to come in clutch here. That loose ball was right there for Jay. Took the shot, not going to find it. One thing I'm kind of seeing here, at least for those first opening minute, Saints were always trying to push forward, but they had like 20 boosts to do it. So yes, you get the touch, but what can you do after that? As we see a breakout opportunity, Stop Bash is not going to squander this, and he catches Saints with their pants down and puts it right through the back of the net.
Yeah, the rotation, like I said earlier today, the rotation is something that Saints have to work on, and just like that, it's a great bounce for Carleton, and they did take advantage of that. And if you're Carleton, you can't ask for anything better. And first goal, another lead in the game, and we've seen how they take advantages when they have the lead.
And of course, Carleton, they're forcing Saints to kind of try to play their game at this point, which is exactly when we see this Saints Gold roster kind of tend to falter a little bit. We do see an opportunity, though, through the crease. Bielo trying to get a piece of this. Going to have to rely on Chip to come make the save. Carry it into the corner. Centering attempt. Nobody home to make a save, however. So Chip's going to get a second whack at this, actually. Slow pop fly through the crease. Going to get pushed aside there by Jay. So now we have a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 breakout here for the Saints. Spoods over to Jay. Going to literally take it right off his wheel like it's a relay race of some sort. But that puts 3 Saints in the offensive zone, and they're going to be forced to rush back.
Yeah, I did not like that double commit from the Saints, as it's going to go off the backboard looking for a shot. Comp and Carleton, just like that, is going to try to get an opportunity from this.
See how gassed the Saints are in this situation, because again, they're just flying through, trying to push forward, but at the same time, it feels like they're just missing the finishing touch here. We see Comp fully loaded, ready to go. Unfortunately, not going to get the contact he was looking for on that one. Spoods just eating himself into the opposing side of the field as well, so it's going to be up to Jay to try and do the defensive work here. He is going to get the initial clear. However, Bielo in the Saints zone, still just keeping it himself as well. Pop fly, Comp looking for the redirect, down low. Jay shot on target, but a huge save coming out here from Bielo. Really clutching that one up to keep this 1-0 game for Carleton.
Yeah, it's definitely a clutch save. Another one we see in game number 3, and Carleton's gonna try and make an opportunity as this and take the shot, but just a little bit wide. Jay is going to take to the air. That's going to be on net. It's going to be off the crossbar, and Comp whiffs on it, but another shot on goal, and Spoods puts it away to tie up the game.
And perfect timing and clutch on Spoods to come back all the way from the crease. Pop fly ball. Nobody was ready for this. And props to Spoods for not just directly firing it forward. Somebody was there. I think it was Chip. He would have been in range to jump on up there and try to get a piece of it to hit it above the crossbar. But tucking it into the right-hand side like this now means we have ourselves a 1-1 game. But Bielo, he wants to get themselves right back into the lead. Forces Spoods to go up high to stop any sort of play from happening.
almost a kickoff goal for Carleton, as
Oh my.
Comp's gonna get an opportunity, but Bailo's there to make a save, and that's back-to-back saves from each team. So, you know, this is exactly what we're expecting, close matchups, and Spoods is gonna center that, and Comp, I don't know if he was expecting that or not.
And that's what. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but Jay wins the 50-50 there.
That's when you wish you have a shovel or something at the front of your car, just for that little extra range, right? That pass was on target, but just a little bit too far ahead of him. And now Saints forced to try and clear it out once again. Minute left, could possibly go to overtime if this is not settled here. As we see Bale with another save, another shot. Comp doesn't want overtime. He wants to finish this right here in game number 3. Take care of it as Spoods lines it right up. Stop Ash makes the initial save, but you cannot stop the rebound 9 times out of 10. And Comp going to put Saints in the lead.
Yeah, and Carleton, they have not plenty of time, but they do have some time. So you just have to make sure that you don't let St. Clair score another goal and take a 2-0 lead, because that'll probably be like right around, I was going to say 30 seconds, but man, Comp had an opportunity there to put it away.
Gosh, whether he attempted to or not, that was basically a double touch from him and the post. We see Comp up high, just trying to kill some time for a second, puts it off the backboard. Jay does get past, however. Here comes Chip from the side of Carleton University, puts it off the corner. Spood's going to try and slow it down a little bit. Get it a little bit higher up in the air as well. Just going to keep killing time. Has no more boost left. The pass did not make contact. Comp is a sitting duck at this point. No boost or anything left on this final defense. Stop Ash now looking for a player. Balo is there. The shot's going to go wide, however. Still a couple seconds left. The ball needs to touch the ground one more time, and it is the St. Clair victory, but it's still dangerous. Balo carrying it up. Can he find somebody? He's surrounded by Saints at this point, and Comp is going to be able to secure the victory here for game 3. Nice little play at the end there.
Yeah, I thought Carleton was going to have an opportunity there. That they kept the ball up, and I mean, if Balo had a little bit more boost or something, I think he was out of boost, and if he had a little bit more, I think something could have happened there, and maybe a last-second goal, which we would have seen overtime. But it's a back-and-forth game, and it's super close. So you open up the defense for either team, and you have to take advantage of it, which Saints did, and that's what gave them a 1-goal lead, which led to the Game 3 win.
I mean, that last little close out there, like I can't imagine the pressure you're under, of course, being a collegiate matchup. You have the ball sitting there on your roof. You're probably a bit low on boost, and you know, like, any sudden movement, it'll just fall off your car, and then, you just lost your time right there anyway. It was like, how do you set it up? You were surrounded by 3 Saints, and to be fair, Carleton held on for a good couple of moments there, but just could not quite get the job done. Balo with 3 saves in that one, making this a much closer game than it honestly had any right to be. He had so many of those, like, extremely, like, I don't know if you call it like supersonic when you're at full boost speed, but like full speed, flying through the crease, last second saves, kept that so clutch. The fact that it was a 1-goal game is a massive props there to Carleton. But without any further ado, we do have game number 4. Is Carleton going to bring us to game number 5, or is Saints going to close us out right here?
Yeah, that was almost a kickoff goal there as it goes off the corner, and Spoods had a shot there, but a big save there by Balo. And from both teams, I'm expecting this to be only another 1-goal game. But if Carleton wins first, or if scores first, I definitely think that they would push a game number 5, as we are in game number 4. As I say that, Jay gets the first goal of this game and gives Saints the first lead since game 1.
Yep, it make it happen there. Stop Ash unfortunately makes the flip, but could not find the contact that he was looking for. Now, Saints, they're in the comfortable seat, to say the least, at this point. As going into the St. Clair zone, Spoods is going to put this right back to Jay. Top fly through the center. Balo, this is an opportunity. Actually, Stop Ash is going to put it a little bit too high, however, so going to have to force Carleton to go back on the retreat momentarily.
Yeah, Chip had a nice clear there. As I say that, Jay's going to try and do something. And Stop Ash, I believe that was, with a big save. Again, that could be a clutch save going on later in the game, and Saints is just trying to get all the offensive pressure as they can. That's gonna go off the backboard, and Chip's gonna try and clear that. That's gonna be redirected towards the net, but Smooth is there to make the save.
Yeah, that save was a gigantic momentum builder there for Carleton, just tucking it just into the post. Jay looking for that final touch there to try and tuck it into the right post himself, but not going to find it. We still now have 3 minutes, 30 seconds, plenty of time still on the clock. 1 goal game right now here in the Saints' favor. Comp, he's on a demo spree, but he actually gets taken down himself. And Carleton are not going to fall for some of those demo shenanigans that we do see both the Saints rosters trying to do. And if anything, Stop Ash is just mad at this point. He's like, you're going to try that against us? No, I'm going to make you eat it instead. Taste your own medicine. 2 demos within the minute.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that could help them is getting off those demos, but Saints had the offensive pressure when they did get those demos. So if they want to, they have to make sure that they're on the offensive pressure as Chip gets another demo.
It's trying to shut down the plays by there being no cars to actually make the play to begin with, it seems, as of this moment, but I can't fault the strategy as long as, oh my gosh, Stop Ash, he is just on an absolute tear. Who knew that he was an enforcer here on the side of Carleton, but I absolutely love it. And Comp's getting it back as well. We have axles and like spoilers flying all over this Rocket League arena, and I absolutely love it. You don't usually see a whole heck of a lot of aggressive play like this, and Jay finds the opportunity. Once again, smooths off the backboard right to Jay.
Yeah, they use their 4th player twice there, and then Jay comes in to end that and give them a 2-0 lead a little over halfway through the game. So Carleton definitely needs a goal quick, and I mean, they do have an opportunity, but again, you can't waste too much time against the Saints as their defense has upheld most of the pressure. So Carleton definitely needs one probably within the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, for at least their own sanity, because like they very well, of course, can make the last-ditch effort, but why wait till that, right? Try to set something up, try to make the play right here, right now. Maybe focus a little less on demos as we see a little bit of an attempt through the crease, but it's going to be carried out by Spoods, and there's nobody home. Never mind. Balo going to make the save.
Yeah, Balo was just waiting for him to take the shot there, as you can see, but Comp shooting it into his own net, almost getting an assist here from Stompash. That's going to be another shot on goal, but the defense here is just insane as the offense opportunity. That's going to hit off the post and go just wide of Jay there. Almost gave him a 3-0 lead.
I mean, Comp going through the opposing net to just completely yeet it right back into our own zone had me seeing question marks. But one thing I cannot question is this fantastic shot here from Stop Ash. Spoots and Jay trying to get the clearing attempts, but the corner bounce was just perfect here for Stop Ash. Basically just got it teed up for him, and he launches that thing right into the middle, bring this back to a 1-goal game. This is the kind of thing that they needed. They're right around the corner from tying this up.
Yeah, so you have a little bit longer. I said 30 seconds, and I think it took them about 45 seconds. So they still have just over a minute left to tie up this game, which it gives you a little bit of relief having that extra, say, 10, 20 seconds. And as we see it now, Spoods is going to try to stop that. And they're going to try everything in their power as Jay gets a shot. That's going to be off the post, off both posts, on the line. It's still in front of the net, and that's going to be clear to mid, but Jay's going to keep the offensive pressure, has a little bit more boost, but Balo, I believe that was, with a pass, and Saints are not stopping this. Spoods trying to put it away here as that's centered, 30 seconds left. Comp, that's going to be hit, that's going to be down.
Oh.
Spoods is there to put it away.
How many times are we going to see this here today where we see Jay once again up to the top? Balo, you thought you were going to make the pass? No. Punch you right back into the corner. No chance of anybody making the save here. And I honestly think with that goal, Saints basically signed their tickets for the victory here in this OCRS matchup. But I would love to be wrong if Carleton could pull a rabbit out of a hat here.
Yeah, you never know. Anything could happen. 2 goals in 15 seconds, not ideal. As Saints looking to put it away. But, again, there's not much time for Carleton here. As it's going to be over and Saints are going to take this series. On the line save from Comp.
What a way to finish it off there. Beautifully done. As you said, that was directly on the line. It could not have gotten any closer than that. And to be fair, like, had that gone in, yes, there would have been 1 second left, but that would have still given you one more face-off in which there was one more opportunity, one more chance to actually make that play happen. So just to shut it down right there, that final save is absolutely clutching it up. Carleton University going to find themselves their first loss here in OCRS, but of course, they can't necessarily be too mad about it, in my opinion, because it's against currently the first seed in their group. And they still gave us an absolute run for the money. I actually liked that this was not only a close match on paper, but it was actually a close match in game as well. It could have gone either way, especially after game number 1. Game number 1 looked like it was basically like Saints for the win or whatever, right? But after that, Carleton was just right along the same pace. But unfortunately, just a couple things didn't quite go their way this time, and Saints going to take this one in 3-1 fashion.
Yeah, and last season I've called Garashi Mr. Clutch.
Clutch, yeah.
I think I found a new player to take over that nickname. Comp, man. He is that game-winning goal, and that last save there at the last second, both clutch situations, and I mean, that's what gave him those series win over them. So over Carleton, that was a great game, by the way. And I mean, both teams played great, and Carleton, that was played better than I was expecting.
I was like going into this game, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, okay, yes, this team is undefeated, but I've said this has been a close game before, in like a very similar situation. And all of a sudden, it just ends up being a 3-0 blowout, and the game's not even close. However, I'm very happy to see the game that we've got here today with Carleton. They've definitely shown that they're the top of the group for a reason, and I feel like if I hop on back over here, that they might be able to even get themselves into that second place position if they keep this up. Of course, this isn't updated as of the match just happened, but it is going to rely a lot on this Brock University matchup. First off, who they play this week, which in theory I think they should have that match. However, if I do throw this over to the schedule, we actually play Brock next Friday at 8 p.m. That is going to be on the OCRS stream. So the two Titans of Group 3, I do believe, going to be going at it here, possibly 5-0, 5-0 at that point, with, again, similar situation where both teams haven't lost yet. Who goes down? And personally, I haven't seen Brock yet, so I'm excited to see this gold team in action, not only in this Brock Esports matchup, but during Wednesday and Thursday's CCA as well. Then, of course, we see Green this Sunday coming up versus Purdue C in AVGL. And then next Saturday, they start their own CCA Open Adventures and going up against Ohio State. So, again, still plenty of Rocket League on the schedule here for this summer, and it is just going to get even more and more intense as we start narrowing down into playoff season for not just one league, but more than likely 3. I know it's going to be a handful to try and keep track of, but that's what I'm here for, or what we're here for, rather, to try and break it down as best as possible. And I honestly am probably going to need like some pre-game analytics shows to actually break it down come playoff time. But we still got some time to get there, nonetheless. I can't count my chickens before they hatch yet.
Yup, and going back to Brock Esports, they do play Ryerson Rams tonight. Ryerson Rams are 0-1. They've only played one game.
It was just against us too, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. So it was against us. They did lose 0-3 in that series. So it's tough to tell where they place that. But again, that all determines tomorrow once they update the schedule or the standings.
Yeah, we definitely need more data there for Ryerson because they don't have a whole heck of a lot recorded as of right now. I feel like they've played more matches, it's just not been recorded. But yeah, like if they've only dropped a series to the first seed, it's still anybody's game as to where they could end up. So we'll have to be keeping an eye on that. But as for the matchup here today, of course, congratulations to our St. Clair Saints Gold Squad for another solid victory, 3-1 up against Carleton University Pink. Good games to all, and thank you everybody for tuning in. But in theory, we are not done quite yet. We should have, at 9 o'clock in about 20 minutes time or so, should be Humber versus St. Clair Saints Green. Although I have heard that they may have accidentally scheduled the wrong team, so it might end up being an FF. But as soon as I get the update on that, I will be sure to let everybody know. So that's when not just him and Han and waiting till 9 to hear, hey, forfeit. So we'll give you the update as soon as we get it here at the desk. But of course, a couple thank yous to everybody for tuning into the matchup and supporting both Rocket League squads. Big thank you to Nick Malash here for, again, doing as much commentary as possible over the last couple of weeks. You've been absolutely grinding, and I definitely thank you for it.
Oh, thank you. I love being on the mic, and you know what? You never know. Maybe our LCS one day. Hopefully.
Hey, shoot high. There's plenty of steps to keep growing there too as well. So keep on going. And then of course,
Absolutely.
big thank you to the sponsors as well that do make this all possible. St. Clair College, Zekelman School of Business and Information Technology, Tim Hortons, PC Outlet, St. Clair's SRC, and the St. Clair College Alumni Association for making this all possible here for the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team. With that being said, that's it for this matchup. We will get ready to set up for the Humber matchup, assuming that it does end up going down. If for whatever there is an issue, we will contact you as soon as possible. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Hey guys, that didn't take a whole heck of a lot of time now, did it? But we did get an update in regards to the Humber College and St. Clair Saints Green matchup. And as of right now, it does not sound like the Humber College squad is contacting us in any way. And we're kind of being left out in the dark, so to speak. So in regards to the broadcast here tonight, we will be calling it a night here. Thank you for joining us here for the St. Clair Saints doubleheader. I'm glad we got to see both gold and green here in action. And of course, we will be right back later on this week with a ton more Rocket League content. Nick, any final thoughts here before we close out for tonight?
Well, seeing both Saints team on the same stream again, yeah, I love to see it. And you know, both games that we've seen were really good. So, you know, good luck to Queen's University moving on, and hopefully they can figure out the roster and all that. And Carleton, that they're gonna be good. They're gonna be up there. We'll probably see them in the playoffs.
Absolutely. The way they're playing, they're definitely, I would call it a top Ontario team, even still. However, there is like a pretty volatile gap, I would say, between say like the top four Ontario teams and the rest. But at the same time, Carleton has like 2 or 3 different teams as well. So just knowing how strong that school is, keep on going because you're obviously doing something pretty good there. So awesome to see us in the playoffs too. Yeah. That being said, unfortunately, no more matches here for tonight. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will catch you. It'll be on next Sunday. So, take a quick throwback here just to remind myself. It is going to be St. Clair Saints Green up against Purdue. Wednesday, we are on the college carball stream for the Sioux College Cougars matchup. Then on Thursday, we'll be right here for the University of Virginia matchup. Then Friday, we're on the OCRS stream for Brock Esports. And of course, Saturday, we'll be right back here on the Saints Gaming CA channel for Ohio State University versus St. Clair Saints Green in the second week of CCA Summer Series Open Division. So still plenty of action still to come. Make sure you follow if you have not done so already to make sure you catch everything live. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you on Sunday.